How do you reach out to an ex after no contact? Should you even reach out to an ex after no contact? My name is Coach Adrian, relationship and breakup coach. And in this video, I wanted to discuss communication strategy and how you should and when you should reach out to your ex after a period of no contact. Most of the time in coaching sessions, people get most excited about engaging with their ex again, talking with their ex, and you associate reaching out with progress and with getting back together. And of course, you love this person, you want to connect with them, you have so much to share, you want to hear about what they've been up to, and just get that sense of closeness and connection and love. But the reality is that progress usually is not made at the time of the outreach. Progress is made in the work that you do before the outreach. So how you're able to overcome the feelings of despair, of negativity, of obsession, of desperation will inform the outreach itself and the nature, as well as the way that your ex will perceive you when you connect with them. Similarly, if you've been able to regain a sense of confidence and a sense of well-being, the way that you will position yourself at the time of reconnecting, of outreach, will be completely different in how you will come off, the things that you will be able to share, and how you will be able to really press on certain buttons that will make your ex regret leaving you and wants to hear more about what you've been up to and wanting to then escalate this to another level. So it's important for you to know that the heart of this process is not in breaking the no contact, but actually what you do after the breakup that enables you to offer something new and for you to feel like you're not that same person that you were or that you became towards the end of the relationship. Once you understand this fundamental concept, you are much more prepared and ready for the actual outreach. So there's not one form that I will advocate over another. Of course, you can text, you can reach out via direct message on social media. You may call your significant other. You may see them, bump into them through a face-to-face meetup. You could send an email or you could send a handwritten letter. All of them have their pros and cons. All of these different approaches, techniques, have their pros and cons. And I invite you to really carefully consider what makes the most sense. Not based on what you've heard on our podcast or what you've seen on the internet or on YouTube, but really based on your reality, based on who you are, based on the mistakes that have happened in the past, based on what you've learned, based on how you've been able to raise your emotional IQ, and based on what you also feel comfortable with and what you feel is appropriate. So if you never, ever, ever called your significant other, for example, it may be odd for you to just out of the blue call them. If the last few text messages that you sent to your ex were very negative or needy or desperate, you may want to explore a different avenue. If you see your ex at work every day, perhaps engaging with them in person may feel more organic. Either way, we want to do something that feels that you can take, that you could have ownership over, that feels like you, but at the same time, we want to be able to convey growth and to convey change and to convey maturity without your ex feeling like you're burdening them, that you're challenging their decision, or that you're putting them in a position where they have to push back. Ideally, again, we want to be able to convey to your significant other that it is okay for you guys to communicate, that you're not going to put them in an uncomfortable situation or ask of them to give you more than they're ready to give you. Also, I encourage you not to make it all about the past, not to make it all about the breakup, not to make it all about you and your shortcomings. We want to be able to have a positive, uplifting interaction. And we want to be able to have an interaction that we can build on as we move forward. This is not an end in and of itself. It is just a step in a process of reconnection. And if you approach it in this way, it'll alleviate a lot of the pressure that you may feel. It is not the only opportunity, and it is not the last opportunity that you will have to reconnect with your ex. Regardless of your circumstances and what has happened, I really truly want you to be in this mindset. Otherwise, you're just going to put too much pressure on yourself. Specifically about the letter, if you have written many letters to your ex, this may not be as timely or appropriate. Also, a letter to your ex does not mean a love letter. It simply means a different type of approach. It means thoughtfulness and consideration and authenticity. And we're definitely not going to overwhelm them with love and emotion or with a huge letter that they cannot digest. Remember, it's not just about what you want to say and what you've learned, but also about what is appropriate and timely to say. And really to consider also where your ex is at so that we do not overwhelm them. But this is just a step. And again, I really want to downplay the expectation and the implication of that step. If you're approaching this process the right way, and if you've understood that the heart of the issue is all of the growth and the process of personal transformation that has occurred and that will continue to occur after this outreach, then it's just a step. And based on their level of engagement, based on how they respond, we can then plan accordingly, plan the next best step based on the transformation and based on where your ex is at. I would be eager to hear from you about how you intend on reaching out to your ex and why. And for those of you who have already broke no contact, perhaps you can share how you chose to interact with your significant other and how it was received. By doing so, you will open up possibilities for others, and we will all be able to learn from your experience. This is how we fight the good fight. This is how we support each other on this journey. And I thank you for your trust and for your contributions that you are making to this community and to helping others walk this path of breakup recovery alongside you. As always, thank you for your trust and for fighting the good fight, and see you soon for another video.